Okay, so in front of you is your reactions assignment. So this will be your assessment of your skills to do with all things reactions that we have gone over thus far in this unit. Okay, so you will have all of class today to work on this, but I want to go over a couple of things. You probably want to make a few notes here, okay, before you get started, because I already see some of you get started. Don't get started yet, okay? Wait until you have all the instructions. All right, for the first set of 10 questions, the first set of 10 reactions, okay, you are going to balance the equation, right? That means put the numbers in the blanks. What if it's a 1? Put a 1 in the blank. If you don't, I'm not going to know whether you didn't finish it or you knew it was a 1, and I'll have to assume you didn't finish it. So put 1s in all the blanks. Okay? Write it out in words. Okay? In the space provided. All right? Each will be worth 3 marks. So here's how it's going to work. You're going to get 1 mark for the reactants, 1 mark for the products in words. Okay, so if you have the reactants right, you get 1 mark. If you got the products right, you get 2 marks. Okay, if it's balanced correctly, that's your 3rd mark. Okay, so each one of those out of 3. Go.
Do you have to say what type it is?
No, you do not. Okay, and what do you suppose people forget in the naming part? Roman numerals. Yep. Okay. So there's your little hint. Okay? If there's something people forget in this first part when they're writing out the names of everything, it is that they forget Roman numerals. Which of course doesn't apply on all of them, but it's important on the ones it does apply to. Okay? Now, there are a couple of ones in here that are a little bit of a tricky balance. That would be 4 and 7, but we did a couple of reactions very much like 7 last week. Okay, so looking at this here, guys, we've got, so like as I was saying, we did a couple like number 7 in those balancing questions we did on Friday. Okay, where we had, ammonium and stuff like that, and it was breaking up into this stuff. So if you're looking for a little place to check that, you might look at what we did on Friday. Okay, might help you with number 7. Okay, and for number 4, okay, I would say that your best bet on number 4 is to balance the nitrogens first. Okay? And the reason I say that is because normally we would balance the biggest number first, which would be oxygen. And I say that because the nitrate breaks up in this one, right? I can't balance nitrate because it breaks apart. So make sure that you are looking at nitrogen first, and oxygen is in every single one of the products. So you probably want to balance it last. Okay, it'll probably just work out that it's balanced. I would focus on the nitrogens and the leads on number 4. Okay, one other thing I'm going to tell you. Is that an ion or a molecular compound? It is a molecular compound. Ions only exist if they are part of what kind of compound? Sorry, I said that wrong. Is that a polyatomic ion or is it a molecular compound? Sorry, that's the way I meant to say it. It is a molecular compound. Polyatomic ions can only exist when they are part of a ionic compound, like on this side. So when you are naming this, name it as a molecular compound. It is not nitrite. Because that's a very common mistake too. So if I see nitrite written on your sheet, God help me. Okay, because I just told you not to write that. Okay. All right, questions on the first 10. So we're balancing the reactions by filling in the blanks. We're writing it out in words. 1 mark for products, 1 mark for reactants, 1 mark for balancing. Okay, second set of 10 questions is full reactions, but they're in word form. Okay, these are also each out of 3 marks. Right? You are going to get 1 mark for the reaction. Okay, that means all the formulas are correct. The reaction is written correctly. Special elements are special. Okay, all ionic compounds are dropped and swapped correctly. All that kind of stuff. Okay, writing out all the formulas. That's 1 mark. Okay, you get 1 mark for the reaction to be balanced. and you get 1 mark for the type. Okay, so on this set of 10, you are telling me the type, synthesis, single replacement, etc. Okay, you are balancing the reaction after you write it out in formula form. Okay, so very much like what you were doing on your quizzes last week. Okay, questions on the second set of 10. All right, what do you suppose people forget most often in this? No, usually they remember to do the type. I mean, when they're writing out the reaction, what mistake do they make most often? Thing they forget. Drop and swap would be second. First would be okay, remember your special elements, and second, remember your drops and swaps. Little tip, if you can't get the reaction to balance, double check your drop and swaps. That's probably where you made a mistake. Okay, so if you've gone back and forth on a reaction a whole bunch of times and it won't balance, it is probably because one of your compounds wasn't dropped and swapped correctly. Okay. All right, questions on the second set of 10. All right, last set of 10, I've already written out the reactants. They are all correct. Okay, they are dropped and swapped correctly. The special elements are identified correctly. All you have to do is predict the products. Okay, actually that's 2 marks. Predicting the products is 2 marks, and balancing it is the 3rd mark. Okay, now you do have in that set of reactions 1 synthesis reaction. So you actually get 2 marks for the single compound that will be formed in that reaction. Okay, so that one's kind of a bonus. It's pretty slick. Okay, questions there? All right, you have all of class today to work on that. It will be due this Friday. Anytime you have H2O or HOH, just water's fine. Okay, for the first set of 10, it's the only set of 10 where you have to write it, but okay, water's, okay, don't bother trying to go hydrogen hydroxide or dihydrogen monoxide. Water is good.
I already did that, can I just leave it?
If you already did that, yes, you can leave it, but okay, if you're struggling with that part of it, just water's fine.